And welcome back to Between Bells, everyone. This segment brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy, Marriott International's extraordinary portfolio of 30 hotel brands, award-winning loyalty program, and endless experiences. Guys, travel finally making a comeback after a year of trip cancellations, being stuck at home, and daydreaming of your next getaway. Travelers now returning to the industry in full force, and some experts are now coining this trend as revenge travel. So joining us now is Sarah Dandashy, travel expert over at Ask A Concierge. Sarah, great to have you here. So explain to us, for who aren't familiar, this is the first time I've ever heard this term before, so I'm fascinated by this. How would you define revenge travel here?
Yeah, well, first of all, what we know and what we're already seeing is this pent-up demand to travel, especially after being home for almost 15 months. Now, not only are we craving a change of scenery, but travelers are also eager to reunite in person with families, friends, loved ones that they haven't seen in over a year. So now that brings us to revenge travel. It's all about planning not just a vacation, but splurging a little bit more to make up for those missed travel opportunities that so many Americans lost over the past year. Now, travelers have found that they actually have a little bit of extra travel budget that they didn't get a chance to spend in 2020. So they're taking full advantage of exploring longer trips and even checking off bucket list destinations.
Oh, so smart. So I get now why revenge travel makes so much sense in all of this, Sarah. Now, as somebody who is on the front lines of travel here, what are some of the more popular trends that we're seeing when it comes to summer?
Yeah, well, this summer is all about road trips. Now, in fact, more than 43.6 million Americans will be taking to the road this year, making it the busiest year on record for road trips. This year, there's also this big focus on family travel, as well as multi-generational travel, where grandparents really can't wait to see their grandchildren. Adventure travel is also booming. Outdoor destinations like state and national parks, as well as beaches, are still proving to be really popular. But all in all, people are really making a point to get back out there. In fact, a recent Harris Poll survey found that 77% of Americans are planning to take a trip this summer because basically reconnecting with friends and family, as well as rest and relaxation, are what we're really looking forward to the most.
Okay, so Sarah, we know a lot of restrictions, though, are still in place if you want to travel overseas and internationally here. So what are some of the top destinations you're seeing here in the U.S. and let's even say Canada here as well?
Yeah. Well, Marriott.com recently shared their top search destinations for future travel dates. And what we're seeing is a lot of interest in returning to cities. New York City, for example, so much more than Manhattan, and it includes 5 boroughs. There's plenty of beaches, parks, outdoor dining. Coney Island, if you're an amusement park lover. The New York Marriott Marquis is a great place to stay. It's right in the heart of Times Square and close to a lot of the action. But if you want to visit the Windy City, it's also a solid bet for the summer. You can stay at a new hotel, the Le Méridien Essex Chicago, right on Michigan Avenue, for a modern luxury stay. And from the Chicago Botanic Gardens to hopping on a Segway tour of the city, or even doing a night cruise on the lake, Chicago is a really great summer destination.
Absolutely.
And another hot spot. Oh, yeah?
No, I was just going to jump in. I was going to say Chicago in the summer is amazing, by the way. But go ahead, continue.
One of my favorite things. So now getting to our next destination, another hot spot, which I happen to be a fan of, Los Angeles. I can personally attest to their near perfect weather, 75 miles of shoreline, staying in the heart of downtown really gives you a lot of access to the city, restaurants, hiking, beaches. The JW Marriott Los Angeles LA Live has got a cool, modern feel, and you've got stunning views of downtown and the hills. But then finally, one last city, Boston. If you haven't been to Boston lately, the Seaport District on the waterfront is the place to be. The Westin Boston waterfront has this ideal location. You can take a stroll, or better yet, a water taxi to the Tea Party ships and museum, Boston's Children's Museum, or even the New England Aquarium.
Yeah, all of those cities, awesome places to go if you haven't, to check off on your bucket list. Sarah, what destinations maybe do you recommend out there for the more adventure seekers that are out there?
So many. So Aspen has it all: hiking, biking, paragliding in the summer months, skiing, snowboarding in the winter. The W Aspen is right on Aspen Mountain, and it's perfectly positioned for you to fuel your alpine adventures, as they like to say. Palm Springs, also great, plenty to keep you busy, from golf courses to Jeep adventures. hot air balloons, horseback riding, more than 100 trails. The Renaissance Esmeralda Resort and Spa in Indian Wells is a great place to rest and recharge while in the desert. Now, if you want a taste of that island life, and who doesn't, you can visit Oahu, or as they like to call it, the heart of Hawaii. You can hike to the top of a volcanic crater or try an ATV tour, skydiving. Of course, you can always hit the ocean for some snorkeling and surfing, but I suggest calling the Waikiki Beach Marriott home while you keep yourself busy outdoors. But East Coast as well. I've got a whole list for you here. You've got Hilton Head Island. You can go kayaking in the sea marshes there, paddle boating in the lagoons, and just even golfing or enjoying the beach. You can stay at the Atlantic Beachfront Westin Hilton Head for a little bit of a coastal luxury vibe. But then, as you mentioned, thinking about Canada, once Canada opens again, look into visiting Vancouver. I actually think it's probably one of the best cities that captures both that city life and outdoor adventures. You can stay at the Civic Hotel, which is an autograph collection, cool boutique property, before heading outdoors for all sorts of adventures, from zip lining Grouse Mountain or biking the waterfront or even going boating to Granville Island.
All sounds so amazing. Sarah, I only got time for one more question here with you. What advice do you have for maybe somebody looking to plan their dream vacation? What should they be doing here?
Yeah, well, take advantage of rewards and loyalty programs on these closer trips. By earning and redeeming points, by the way, Marriott Bonvoy is a great example, and you have more buying power than you think. Studies show that actually if you have a trip planned, it makes us happier. So you can start thinking about now where you might want to travel to later this summer, but maybe even in fall, winter, or even planning those bigger bucket list trips for 2022. So once Canada reopens, you've got Toronto, or you can think and dream a little bit about Bora Bora, because I think it's probably safe to say the St. Regis and Bora Bora would probably be on everyone's bucket list.
Absolutely, near the top of mind. Sarah, such a pleasure to have you here. Sarah Dandashy is a travel expert over at Ask A Concierge. And guys, to learn more about how you can start planning your revenge travel trip, all you have to do is visit Marriott.com for more.